When you're ready.
So last election, I asked my brother who he voted for, and when he told me, I asked him a simple question: why did you vote for this candidate? And when he told me, I was kind of shocked at his reasoning. He said that he saw this candidate's name on the most corner signs, and the best commercial was from this candidate. And I asked his views on a lot of political issues, and they actually contradicted his candidate's views. And when he realized this, he realized that he put a blind vote into the ballot box. And this is actually a common trend in America. People are just going in just to vote. And my friends, a lot of them form their political opinions based on their family, their friends, social media, and like my brother, best commercial on TV. And I understand as college students, it's hard to keep up to date with a lot of political issues. We're more focused on our next midterm than we are on the next debate, or we just don't want to do anything. And according to Jason Brennan, professor of political philosophy at Brown University in 2013, says that an uninformed vote can be harmful to our economy and our social system. And with this being said, it is important to broaden our horizons on political issues to make sure we submit an informed vote to the ballot box. And today I will be talking to you about hydraulic fracturing. And there are three things I would like to talk to you about hydraulic fracturing. First, I will talk to you about what hydraulic fracturing is. Second, I will talk to you about the effects of hydraulic fracturing. And third, I will talk to you about the regulation history involved with hydraulic fracturing. First, I will talk to you about what hydraulic fracturing is. And hydraulic fracturing is a relatively new type of drilling that is used to get natural gas from the ground. And it starts with a drill that drills vertically into the ground into tight rock formations. And these tight rock formations are made of shale. And the drill drills vertically for about 1 mile to 2 miles in depth. And once this proper depth has been reached, it then drills horizontally. And once the drill is completely horizontal, it then drills for several thousand more feet. And once these wells are completed, a mixture called the fracking fluid is pumped at a high pressure, which then cracks and fractures the formations of shale. And the fracking fluid is 99.51% water and sand. And in this fracking fluid is chemicals and additives that are used to ease the process and make the fracking process more simple. And in this fracking fluid, there's a lot of chemical additives, and one of the additives is hydrochloric acid. And this hydrochloric acid is to get rid of any damages involved in the fracking well, or to get rid of any interfering rock within the fracking well. And according to Thomas W. Merrill, a professor of law at Columbia University in 2013, stated that a lot of these chemical additives are actually known arsenics and carcinogens. And this means that a lot of these chemicals are toxic, hazardous, and are known to cause cancer. And another part of the fracking fluid are called proppants. And these proppants are just simply small grains of sand or man-made ceramics that are used to represent sand. And these proppants, what they do is they hold open the cracks of within the formations of shale to make sure that the natural gas can flow out and be retrieved. And now that I've talked to you about what fracking is, I'd like to talk to you about the effects of fracking. According to Lloyd Rowell, CEO of Encore Enterprises, which is a property management company, in 2013 states that fracking can be very economically beneficial for small towns, regions, and cities. And this is due to the fact that natural gas is a more clean form than oil. And this makes it more profitable not only for the company, but for these landowners. And on top of all the economic benefits for these companies, it can also affect you. These rock formations of shale that hold the natural gas are abundant throughout the country. And your home can actually be sitting above these rock formations that hold the natural gas. And a gas company could come up to you and be like, hey, can I lease your land to set up a fracking site and take the natural gas from your land? And once you sign that paper, you are now entitled to royalties involved with this natural gas. And these fracking sites also need workers. So wherever the fracking site is, this city is now getting workers, and their income is now being spent within that city, booming that economy. And besides the economic effects, there are many environmental effects. One of the environmental effects is water contamination. And the water contamination can occur through a crack in the fracking pipe, which then the chemical additives will leak through the cracking pipe into the water table, then contaminating the drinking water of the area. Or the fracking fluid can spill on the surface, then leak through into the water table, contaminating the water again. And this leads to a toxic waste and sometimes a radioactive waste. And besides water contamination, there's also the possibility of air pollution. Since a lot of the chemical additives are arsenics and carcinogens, it emits gases that create smog and that can cause cancer. And a study has shown that the air quality is so low in fracking zones that it is 5 times above the federal hazard standard. Fracking has also been known to cause earthquakes. Before fracking started in Youngstown, Ohio, there were 0 recorded earthquakes. And in 2011, a fracking well was placed inside of Youngstown, Ohio. And in the year 2011, it recorded 109 earthquakes, the highest being a 3.9, which is nothing. We live in California. And according to Dr. Won-Young Kim, head research scientist at Columbia University in 2013, stated that once this well was removed, the earthquake count went back down to 0. And now that I've talked to you about the effects of hydraulic fracturing, I'd like to talk to you about the regulation history involved with hydraulic fracturing. In 2005, Congress deregulated and exempted oil and gas companies from complying with the traditional laws regarding the environmental health and safety of the workers. And although hydraulic fracturing was linked to thousands of water well contamination cases, it was exempt from the Safe Drinking Water Act, the Clean Water Act, and the Clean Air Act. And this all changed on March 20th of 2015 when new rules were put into place. And these rules are to take place 90 days after March 20th. And this allows government workers to inspect these fracking zones. And these workers are to inspect the zones and ensure the safety of not only the workers but the environment. They will check the concrete barriers that are involved with the fracking pipes to make sure no leaks can occur. They will make sure of the proper disposal of the fracking fluid to make sure none of the chemical additives will be spilled or misplaced. They will make sure that they disclose all of the chemicals that they use in their fracking fluid, and this is supposed to be entered within 30 days from the completion of the fracking project. And they will do this through a program called Frac Focus, which is set up by the fracking companies. And now that I've talked to you about hydraulic fracturing, first I talked to you about what hydraulic fracturing is. Second, I talked to you about the effects of hydraulic fracturing. And third, I talked to you about the regulation history involved with hydraulic fracturing. And now that you are more informed on one political issue, you're one more step closer of making an informed vote on voting day and not being like my brother and voting for the best commercial. Thank you.